Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll be doing an unboxing of the Fly Superlace Lightning Boxing Gloves. So check it out. Hey guys, Carlo here. Today I'm doing an unboxing of the Fly Superlace Lightning Boxing Gloves. So these retail for $415. I'm a big Niners fan, so I had to get these in the red and gold colorway. They also offer it in an aqua colorway, which is kind of like a aqua blue, almost like a teal colorway with white. It looks really sharp as well. This particular model, I believe, only comes in lace-up. They don't offer it in Velcro, although I'm sure if you reach out to Fly, they can make you a custom pair of Velcro gloves. Sizing-wise, you can get these anywhere between 8 and 20 ounces. So there's definitely a wide range of sizes to choose from. The nice thing about Fly lately, which I noticed, is they no longer charge for larger sizes. So back in the day when I purchased my Fly gloves, if you go with larger sizes, like the higher you go, the more it would cost you. So say for example, I'm just using this as a general example, like if you got 14 ounces at $300, then the 16 ounce gloves would be $320, and then if you go to 18 ounces, it'd be $340. So they would charge you more for the heavier gloves. In this case, whether you get the 20 ounces or you get 8 ounces, they're $415. So I love the fact that they stay at the same price point and don't adjust it based on the size. So let's go ahead and cut this box open and take a look at the gloves. These gloves, when you go onto the Fly website, were actually sold out for a while, and then Fly announced it on their both on their email, their newsletter, social media. They basically announced that they had another opening or another run of these of the the premium gloves, not the X line, because they always have the X line gloves in stock. It's the premium gloves that are usually out of stock. So they notified everyone that, hey, we're open to making these gloves again, or open to taking orders basically. So I decided to go ahead and purchase these gloves, and I had been had my eyes on these for a while now. The last pair of the premium gloves from Fly I had were, I think, my custom pair of burgundy gloves that were Velcro. And those are my last premium gloves. I did a review on the X-Line gloves, which are solid gloves. Those are made of synthetic, and I believe they're actually manufactured in China, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a while that I've done a review on a Fly product, but these are really sharp looking gloves, so I had to try them out and see how they are. So opening the box, first thing you get, or you'll notice, is you have the paper invoice. $415, and shipping was free, so they included shipping. Put that to the side with the knife, and like all Fly products, they come with the Fly box. I'm actually gonna tilt it so it pops out. Take this cardboard box away. That's this side, and you have this Fly box. It's basically kind of like a satin box with the Fly logo. It's kind of like a black on black with the Fly being glossy. The inside, you open the flap up, you get the gloves that come in the little satchel, which I believe is made out of like polyester. So it's basically a bag. Fly doesn't use plastic bags, which is really nice. I mean, it gives it much more of a premium feel, if you want to call it. So let me throw this box aside as well. You guys are probably noticing I'm sweating. It's like 1:15 today in Phoenix. I think we're going on, not to get too off topic, but we're going on almost a month, like 3 weeks of temperatures being above 110 degrees. So it's kind of crazy. But anyhow, here's the bag it comes in. It says Fly, just like the box. It has more of a matte finish to it, and then you have the Fly logo. It's shinier with ribbon laces for the draw cord. You can go ahead and open that up, and let's pull out the gloves. So got the left glove. It looks really nice in that red and gold colorway. Really looks good, man. Let's pull out the right glove. Next to each other. Just got the left and the right glove. And these look really sharp, man. One thing about Fly that I love is their leather. The first thing you notice with this leather, it has a very high-end premium feel. I've said this in other videos as well when I reviewed the Fly premium gloves, is that their leather really reminds me of like a high-end Italian handbag. Or Italian made leather product. Really nice feel and touch to it. It feels really thick, feels very premium, and it has more of kind of like a matte finish, kind of the opposite, like a 180 of like Reyes, where Reyes has a very thick shiny glove that has a very strong leather chemical smell to it. It's very shiny and slick. This has more of a subdued satin kind of matte finish to it with that texture of the leather. You have that standard Fly logo on the back in gold, and then that's where the lightning design comes in. So you can see the partition between the gold and the white. The gold on here I like. It's more of a darker gold. It's not like a very flashy, shiny type of gold. It has more of a darker, subdued look, which I really like. And you can see it has that lightning design on the palm. So that's what you're getting with these lightning gloves, is the aesthetics, really. This is pretty much the same as their standard premium line gloves, other than the aesthetics with that lightning. So you're really getting these gloves for that different design. The other thing that's a little bit different about these gloves that separates it from their standard premium gloves is that you have that patent leather, that patent material on the back of the wrist support that covers the leather. So you have that white leather on the inside, and then you have that patent material with that crisscross stitching design that Fly is known for on the back of the glove. Very similar to what you would see with Grant gloves. I believe their Pro Fight gloves do that as well, where they have the Grant patch, and then you have this clear patent material or patent plastic that goes over it to give it a really kind of clean, classy look to it. And the cool thing about it is that patent material also has the Fly logo and the word Fly that goes across in white. It's almost like a ghost lettering, if you want to call it. It really looks really cool, kind of a monogram look. So another really nice looking aesthetic feature with this glove is going to be that clear patent back wrist support. The logo looks really clean as well. The Fly logo, if you notice, depending on the lighting, it has almost like a metallic look to it. Depending on the angle and the lighting, I'm kind of turning the gloves left and right so you guys can see how the logo and the shine of it looks. Coming to the palm side, you have laces here that are round, just like their other laces. Very, very nice long laces with plastic tips at the end. They're not flat like a lot of the other gloves. You have a 12-ounce weight tag at the bottom and a really nice, smooth polyester nylon liner. It feels really nice and thick, rigid and smooth. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like some of the cheaper entry-level liners that you find in some of the other gloves. It feels very high-end. Nice liner for sure on the inside there. The back of the wrist support, I'd say you're looking at about an inch of medium to soft density foam padding. The inside of the wrist, you're looking at maybe about a ½ inch as well of medium density foam padding. It goes up right there as well as on that side. And the gold piping on the palm. And then you have that lightning design that's stitched in to the palm side. It goes all the way up. And the grip bar. The grip bar on here is kind of small. And I can't recall if my other gloves grip bar was this small, but it does feel really, really small. And it's not really round. It's almost like it kind of comes to a point. Kind of interested to see how that feels when I put my hands in the glove. And then you have a white leather attached thumb. But overall, my first impressions is these look awesome. The quality on these, just from my initial perspective or my first look of the gloves, is these are top notch. I mean, the stitching looks great. I have to put these on the scale to see how much they weigh. I got them in 12. I went with 12 because I wanted to use these gloves primarily for hitting the mitts and doing bag work. I'm not gonna use these for sparring. And just use that kind of for speed work and training. Go ahead and put my hands into the gloves. Definitely has kind of a snugger fit to it. And like the other Fly gloves, one thing you'll notice with the Fly is, people always often ask, how they compare to winning in terms of padding, but more so the padding in the strike zone, like I like to call it. And what I noticed with Fly, it has kind of a pronounced ledge to it when you look at it. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's round per se, but it has almost like a little bit of a ledge. So when you kind of come towards the knuckles, it has a little bit of a drop off to where I feel like winning is a little bit more, it's kind of, I want to say equal all the way through. It has more of I want to say round, I guess you could say round, a little bit more of a round. It doesn't have such a 90-degree turn to it like the Flies do. I feel like the Fly has a more sharper 90-degree turn to it. And what I think they're doing is, based on the foam they use in here, by the way, the foam is kind of a medium to soft density foam pad. So it's not super, super soft. It's not like your knuckles are gonna go right through it. It is not super dense as well. It's kind of right in the middle in terms of the density of the foam. So it feels really good. But I think the whole purpose is they really want the ergonomics of the glove to be on point. So when you put your hand in here, you don't have to put a lot of effort into making a fist and landing on your target. So feels really comfortable off the bat. Thumb feels really good. My other critique I had of the old fly gloves I had was, for whatever reason, like the thumbs always felt like my thumb would jam at the tip. And you know, I don't have large fingers by any means. I don't have thick fingers. I don't have really long fingers as well. So, you know, I found it weird that when I would make a fist, I would often find that the tips of my thumb would kind of jam into the glove. And I think a few people had commented they had the same issue, but with these, definitely feels really good. I mean, the position of the thumb is perfect. The piping feels really good. The depth of the finger compartment feels good as well. The gloves themselves, they're not extremely soft. They're gonna take a little breaking in, that's for sure. Just because of the foam padding, it needs to soften up a little bit. So I'd say they're semi-broken in. They're not a super soft glove. They're not ultra stiff as well, but there's definitely gonna be a break-in period to kind of soften these up to really get it. But you can see with me at this angle where I'm holding it, you can see it has kind of a 90-degree with the foam pad on the inside there, or the layered foam, should I say. But very comfortable. The thumb feels good. It feels like there's enough room on the inside of the thumb. And then the inside of the hand compartment on both gloves feels pretty snug, but not overly tight, like where it feels restrictive and my hand's gonna go numb. So it definitely feels comfortable. You have kind of like a secondary, I guess you can call it a grip bar, where the stitching is right here and it's kind of pronounced, but they put the liner on the inside to cover the stitching. So you can really feel your finger kind of clamp down into that little pocket right here in the finger compartment, which I really like. I do wish that the grip bar was a little bit bigger. I really honestly can't even feel it when I make a fist, just because of how small it is. So it would have been nice to have a little bit of a larger grip bar. That way you can really feel like your hand grip onto it and sink in to make a fist. The length of the gloves are perfect. You know, they're 12-ounce gloves. I'd say that they're pretty much on point with sizing. You know, if I were to compare these to other 12-ounce gloves I have, I'd say they're pretty symmetrical. I guess symmetrical is not the right word, but pretty, yeah, on point with sizing. So they're not overly large. They're not super compact. To me, they're right where they need to be. And the symmetry of the stitching looked good as well. So if I put them next to each other, you can see the lightning bolt looks good on both sides, opposite. And the gloves next to each other look good there. Let me take them off just to show you the thumbs as well next to each other. So the thumbs look pretty good as well, look pretty symmetrical for the most part. And yeah, I mean, these gloves look amazing. I can't wait to try these out, to hit the bag with these and do some mitt work. You'll notice again with the thumbs that just like a lot of the other Mexican style gloves like Grant, they put a big emphasis on the thumb. You know, you can have a great finger compartment, but if the thumb sucks on the glove, then that can be a big game changer. And you can see that they definitely put an emphasis on the size of the thumb, the position of it, to give you a really nice, comfortable feel. But I'm looking forward to using these gloves. They're beautiful gloves. I love the color, I love the design. You know, in terms of the quality, I feel like Fly always puts their best foot forward when it comes to these gloves. You know, these are definitely way better, in my opinion, than the X-Line gloves. The X-Line gloves, obviously they're more affordable, but to me, just this leather they use on here has a much better feel, much better quality. And just the glove itself aesthetically looks amazing. I think it's a really sharp looking glove with that red and the gold. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Fly Superlace Lightning boxing gloves. I'll see you guys later. Take care.